the show. Oh, that's gonna annoy me. The H is capitalized. An extra credit show. That's gonna annoy the fuck out of me.
Extra credit. Shh. Oh. Hi.
Hi, extra credit show here.
Show.
Welcome.
Emphasis on the H.
Show. Welcome to the show. We are here for you. We can tell you things that you didn't know before.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, is that an original? I love it.
That's an OG. That's coming straight from my
But
mouth hole, my butthole.
oh my god.
Oh my god, look at he's already here. Thirst Homeless is already in the
What up,
house.
Thirst Homeless? What's up,
What's up,
bud?
dog? He's just sitting there waiting for us to get in.
Feeling good, though. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Great.
bud.
Another great day. If our computer is delayed, or if our camera's delayed at all, it's because we're currently uploading the episode for the week. Or I should say, exporting the episode for the week. So it might be.
We should be fine. I mean, it's different kind of connection, so
Yeah, but
we
it's
good.
probably a little slow.
We good.
Nah, I'm in Tampa, actually. In Tampa?
What you doing in Tampa, buddy?
Got some interviews? Nice. Look at you, boss. What you going for? What's the job? You gonna be a crack dealer? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what's in Tampa. An alligator wrestler, midget wrestler. That's the three things that I know from Tampa.
A midget alligator
A
wrestler.
midget alligator crackhead wrestler. A
Ooh.
crackhead alligator midget wrestler. Are you the alligator or that's wrestling midgets, or are you the midget wrestling the crackhead alligator? Who's got the crack?
We're going
Logistics
really far
shipping.
into this rabbit hole.
Logistics, shipping, completely legal things, transatlantic.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool, dude.
Definitely
Congrats,
not
man.
human people. It's not a sex trafficking job. I swear to
Jesus
God.
Christ.
We're gonna
No,
get
that's
booted.
fucking
We're gonna get
awesome.
booted
Yeah,
out.
dude.
Good luck,
That's awesome,
man.
bud.
Good luck. And thanks for tuning in all the way
Yeah.
in Tampa. You had a fucking interview coming up and you just tuned right on in.
We always appreciate that.
Appreciate you, boss.
So, do we want to continue on the conversation from earlier, or
That's a tough one.
get on a lighter topic, or
Mm.
butts or boobs? What do you guys like?
I gotta go butt.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely a butt guy. I mean,
I mean, there's more to a woman than just her butt and boobs. But
since we're
Oh,
talking,
we're talking about
butts
women.
and boobs.
No,
No,
since we're talking about it, definitely butts.
yeah, definitely an ass guy.
I like butts.
Yeah. I mean, if it's coupled with,
Boobs are a good plus. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say that. But
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's more towards the person.
yeah,
Not to be that guy, but like,
it's
I
personality.
think it. No, well, it's yeah,
Kidding,
it's
bro. I'm
it's
just
it's.
kidding.
No, I
personality,
wasn't saying
but
that
it's-
sarcastically.
But
I was.
like it definitely. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that go into like being attracted to someone.
Yeah.
At least for me, anyways.
That's
Because you
true.
can be the hottest.
We're
fucking-
talking about boobs or butts, dude. Don't take it any deeper than that.
I'm taking it
No,
deeper.
we're
than
not
that.
going deeper than that.
We're gonna
Just
reel
boobs
you
or
out of that
butts.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
No.
This is what I was just
That's
talking
what
about.
we're talking about.
This is on a
man.
shallow level, boob or butt.
But
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Don't get
it's
all.
a prerequisite.
You don't need
man.
to protect
Anytime,
yourself here. This is a safe space.
I'm not
Drake.
protecting anything.
This is
I'm
a safe
expressing
space.
myself.
You don't have to express yourself because
can't.
nobody gives a shit.
That's the point of doing this. Is I can express myself.
A huge nose. You can finger them. Jesus Christ. There it is. Thirst homeless. Thirst homeless with the win, of course. Oh,
Hell, I
shit.
love this man.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
One of these days, we got to get this guy on the podcast.
Oh, you're
Dude.
fucking nuts. You're nucking. See how many of his comments get deleted?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
You're
I love
nucking
it.
futz. You think we're getting him on the show?
We're just gonna have to give him
That
like
could
a
be fun.
physical censor bar. Just beep.
Just have like a little thing. Just put it over his
Right. It'll be like an easy button, except it's just like a censor button.
Nope.
No.
Can't do that.
This is why podcasts are on delay, boys and girls.
Okay, so coupled with that, what is your favorite feature when like finding someone that you're attracted to?
Physical or personality?
Doesn't matter. Your favorite feature. What is most attractive for you?
most attractive feature on a person?
Yeah.
Ambition. It's my
Ambition,
number one.
Humor?
humor.
I like a sense of humor.
I can dig that.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I really hate people that think that they're super funny and they always try cracking jokes all the time. And
Mhm.
it's like, all right, just
It's-
calm down a little bit. You don't need to impress me right now.
I'm not saying you should never go up on stage, but just fucking relax. But
I'll
medium
call
IQ.
it-
There you go.
Nice.
Me- I'm medium IQ. Not too good. You don't want him to be too smart. No. I don't want anyone to be smarter than me. You know what they say? If you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to leave that room.
Dude, you'd be fucking badass.
That's the whole point of my company. Just bring in other people.
Just bring in other
Smart, smarter than I am.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
What's some other fun topics we can talk about? Since we talked all the philosophy on the podcast, it got real deep and dark. Not dark. We didn't go dark. We went pretty.
We got realistic.
Yes.
Let's do some goofy shit.
All right.
Let's talk
Some
about some
goofy
shit.
questions.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's lighten this shit up.
You live. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Lighten it up. No, that one's not light. That's a dark question to ask.
If you could be a character in a kids cartoon that you were a fan of,
Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. Okay. What kids cartoon would you want to live in?
Live in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Ooh.
First of all, Johnny Quest all day.
Yeah.
Johnny
still-
Quest from the 50s and
still-
60s.
So
I-
you're actively a part of that story arc from
Yep.
the shows?
Wait, you're in the story arc or you're just in the universe?
Both.
and
So,
you
like,
live
yeah,
your
you're in the
entire
story arc.
life in that universe.
Yep.
Adventure Time.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm still going Rocket Power.
Still going Rocket Power?
Yeah, get to live on the boardwalk and a
Mm.
beach.
See, if we're doing that, I don't know if I would want to do Johnny Quest then, because there's a lot of hidden racism in that show.
A lot of
like Haji. But
Look at that. Thirst Homeless said the regular show.
Fuck
no matter how
yes.
much
Oh
I
my
fuck
God.
up, I always have good friends and a stable job.
dude.
Boom. Perfect answer.
And you work at a fucking park, dude. That's
yeah,
badass.
Dude,
that's true. I could do
I
regular.
want to bring this up one more time because I love this show because I watched it with my brother when he was younger. Gravity Falls.
Gravity
I totally
Falls?
want to
I
be in
haven't
that
watched
show.
it yet.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's I was not expecting it to be that dark because it's just like a kid's cartoon.
Right.
Right.
Holy shit, it's dark.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the tie-in for that, because I think of the references or whatever, like Rick and Morty, I think that'd be
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
interesting if you were able to be a part of like the intergalactic or interdimensional.
I mean, that one's
yeah,
I'd
that'd be
do
pretty
that.
dope.
As long as I'm not one of the people that dies. all the
Yeah, the
time.
extras, none of those red
Yeah,
shirts.
yeah, I do it. I do Rick and Morty.
You're
But
right.
I think Rocket Power. It's safe. I can just
Yeah.
fucking
Jake.
skateboard.
Well, thinking, yeah, thinking
Yeah.
about like more realistic. Well, not realistic, but like more.
Nothing's realistic. It's a cartoon.
I know, but like more
Nothing matters.
closer to reality. You know, I think. Like growing up, I think the Ed and Eddie universe would be pretty
Ooh.
funny. Like,
Giant gobstopper.
yeah. Well, just like
Life
it's
has
a
many
bunch
doors,
of kids
that
in a
boy.
fucking cul-de-sac just dicking around
Cult?
and like
A sec.
cul-de-sac, yeah.
Why you say it like that?
Cul-de-sac.
No. Cold.
With a D.
Cul-de-sac?
D. It's a
Cul-de-sac.
D. Cul-de-sac.
Is it really?
Mhm.
25 years I've been saying
It's not
that
a
fucking
cult.
word.
A sack.
I guess I never thought about breaking it
Isn't
down.
it CUL-DE-SAC?
No, there's no hyphens. I don't think.
It's not.
No,
thought
it's
it
just cul-de-sac.
Not
Cul-de-sac.
hyphen. I thought it was like. No.
It's French for testicle shaped.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Cult-a-sac?
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. It's with a D.
That's it. So it's
Yeah.
cul-de-sac.
Here, let's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'm
double
looking,
check
I'm looking
Yeah.
it up.
Because I've always said cul-de-sac.
Okay, so there is no hyphens, but it is CUL space DE space SAC.
Okay.
Cul-de-sac.
Well, that's something I didn't know. Awesome.
Well, what does that mean?
So I'd love to live in a cul-de-sac.
Vessel or tube with only one opening. It literally means the bottom of a sack.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
So yes, it is testicle shaped then.
Yeah.
Nice.
So cul-de-sac. Anyways, oh yeah, you get to live in a cul-de-sac and
Yeah,
just hang out with, and you can have
Yeah.
a board as your best friend.
exactly.
What was the board's name?
Plank.
Nailed it.
Good.
But he doesn't know how to fucking say cul-de-sac.
Life has many doors.
Ed boy. Ed boy.
Ed boy.
That was a
I love
great show.
when people started pointing out that like Ralph's insults are so much
Oh, they're
better.
on so much different
Dude.
level.
Dude.
They're on such a different level from anyone else in that show.
He was so weird that he just really like resonated
Yeah.
with everybody.
Oh,
'cause
he
it's
was,
like
he was a
you just
quality
never expected
character.
what he was gonna say.
Dude.
Some of those old cartoons that we watch.
That's
like,
my horse.
We just don't even realize like how golden those writers
Oh my
were
God.
for their
Oh
time.
my
man.
God.
Just
Dude, I watched an episode of Ren and Stimpy
Oh,
last week.
Jesus.
And I was
Christ.
like dumbfounded. I was like, this was on TV.
It was on
It's
TV, dude.
children's
there's almost
TV.
BRB saw midget. All right, see you in a bit.
Man, I was just dumbfounded. It's like, how did this ever get on like
Oh, yeah,
live television?
yeah.
This was on Cartoon Network.
Dude.
Like
You know what they just came out with a movie of was
Rocko's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern
Yeah, I
Life.
saw that.
Dude.
So good.
They also made a movie for Invader Zim recently too.
Yep.
It was
yep,
on
Did they
I saw
really?
that. I didn't watch the movie, but I did.
That
Well-
that actually kind of threw me off because I didn't remember how insane that show was.
Oh, yeah.
And just watching that movie, I was like, oh, this is too
Well,
much.
it's
Invader Zim used to
super
be one of
funny.
my favorites.
Yeah.
The guy, the creator for Invader Zim,
Mhm.
actually before he got that contract to make that TV show, that was like it was like a sub comic book that he was working on.
Oh, no shit.
But his original, like his mothership comic or whatever, like series and like storyboards that he had drawn up to try and make into a show
Mhm.
was called I think it was like it's like Psycho Mike or something like that, or Psycho Mitch. And it's literally this show about these two kids. It's a girl and a boy. There's two different story arcs that bled into one, and
Right.
it's their experiences interacting with Mike or whoever it was that was like 2 years older than them. And he was like a psychopath. Like he was like
Oh, shit.
killing
What
people and
the
shit.
fuck?
And as they were, it's the same art style, same fucking like real funky looking characters and shit. Like
I would want to see that like on an Adult Swim show.
yeah.
You know?
But that was his original. I read an article the other day about it. Actually, when we were at the cabin. That was literally his like mothership project that he was trying to push into a show. And it was just like back and forth between this boy and this girl as they interacted with like their neighbor.
That's actually really cool.
It's a kid.
Yeah.
And he would like kill things and like
Oh, man.
go crazy and like in towns and
Like,
shit.
That's
Jekyll,
weird.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
But he was just always crazy.
Oh shit!
Like he
Damn.
wasn't like hiding it. He was like he was
He was
that
just
kid
openly
that was
like,
like
that
He
guy.
was
Yeah.
just knucking futz.
yeah,
The one that was killing chipmunks and that
exactly,
kind of shit. Yeah.
exactly. And that actually, I think that's how the kid met him. Is like he was like on some trail or something, and
Jesus.
like just comes across him like cutting up a squirrel or something.
God.
What the?
Yeah, dude, it was gnarly. It was gnarly. And I mean, you get some dark tones in Invader Zim, but like
Yeah.
it's cartoony. It's over the top.
Right, right.
You know?
This one would have actually been kind of
like
scary.
dark.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what
Um,
movie I just watched that was super? It was a dark comedy.
Mm.
Was what was the name of it? I just watched it last night. It's Rainn Wilson, guy who plays Dwight.
Mhm.
He's a
Oh,
superhero.
Super.
Was it?
I think it's just called Super.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow, that is
That one threw me off guard.
Really?
Yeah.
his sidekick.
Oh man.
That fucking, you're like, whoa,
Oh, I was
this
not
movie
expecting
just
that.
got dark as shit.
You got to check it out.
like-
So is it like a kick-ass scenario or like?
Kind of,
like
kind of.
sort of similar, but
Yeah.
like the
Basically, he's like a superhero nerd that like reads comics and stuff.
Yeah.
But he wants to kind
But
of
he's
take
like-
on that
he's
personality
like
for
a
himself.
he's like
Right.
Christ. He's like a Jesus freak almost is what
Okay.
I would best
Yeah.
describe it.
But he
as,
gets
not
really
quite.
into comics.
Yeah, and like I'll just tell you, like his weapon of choice is a pipe wrench, and it's fucking brutal.
Damn.
But like,
And what's it
it's so
called?
it's
Super.
I'm
Super.
pretty
So
sure
it's
it's Super.
Rainn Wilson, Liv Tyler, Ellen Page,
Ellen Page. Yeah.
and who plays Jock? I can't remember his name.
Pulling that up.
Kid smoking a cigar. Oh my god. God damn it. Yeah, no, it's
I'll have to check it out.
It takes a turn.
What's it on?
What did I just watch it on? Hulu, I think.
Hulu?
I think it's
Okay.
on Hulu.
Check that out.
James Gunn is in it.
James
as well.
Gunn, yeah.
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon, that's who Jock
Nathan
is.
Fillion. There's a lot of big name people in this.
Man, look at that
Yeah, and so
cast.
Nathan-
Linda Cardellini.
Nathan
was
Holy
Fillion
shit.
plays
Sean Gunn.
Nathan. Who's his character? Nathan Fillion's the other superhero. He's
Oh yeah, he's where's he at? Where's he at?
Captain something.
The Holy Avenger.
The Holy Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
This was actually the movie that got James Gunn actually noticed for Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, they utilized this to be like, oh, you can actually make darker.
Rob Zombie is in it?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Dude, what the fuck?
it's a good ass movie. But yeah,
Michael Rooker. He plays. He's the other guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
he's the blue guy.
yeah,
that
he's,
throws the fucking
yeah,
arrows.
he's
He has
from
the
Walking
whisk-
Dead.
he has the whistle.
Yondu.
Yondu, yeah.
yeah.
I was thinking Norzo.
Which he's fantastic in everything
Yeah.
that he's in.
Oh my god,
Michael
yeah.
Rooker.
But yeah,
Even as a
it's-
racist biker.
Oh yeah, dude, he's just got that southern
Dude.
tang to him. Yeah, it's just. Oh,
But
man.
it is an interesting. Like it starts off really weird, and you're like, oh,
Right.
this could be. It's dark comedy. So
Yeah.
you're like, it's funny. Like there's some funny parts, and then like
it just drops.
it just
It's like,
drops your
oh.
fucking mood. All of a sudden, you're like,
Yeah.
holy
immediately.
shit!
You're like, oh, this is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's how I felt about Kick-Ass. Like when I watched it for
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a coming of age story of like a kid wanting to be a superhero."
Yeah.
And then like
I do
all
love
the
that
shit. I like
Yeah.
the second one a
I like-
little bit more,
yeah, I like
just
the second
because they really open up on like
yeah.
Hit Girl and shit.
Yeah.
And
This
like
one's
expand
just,
into
this
it.
one's just like it doesn't even give you like the
It
story.
doesn't give you a warning.
the
just
plot is
happens.
very. It's not the
Loose.
best plot.
It's not
Yeah.
like a linear plot. It's more just like a
It's like
non-sequential
it's
plot
like if you were
things are
just
happening.
following this guy trying to become a fucking superhero,
Mm.
and it is.
It's nuts. Yeah, you just gotta watch it.
Yeah,
honestly,
there's shock factor.
so
What's up,
super-
Johnny? Johnny Wishbone.
What's
What
up?
up?
Yeah, it's got some shock value to it,
Yeah.
definitely. But it's a good movie. I like
Yeah,
it.
it is. Honestly,
I have to check that out.
You know what else I like is What We Do in the
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck. So that used to be a movie before it became a TV
yeah,
show.
that's a Taika Waititi
Yeah.
movie.
And it was
Taika Waititi.
fucking hilarious. Do you know what it's about?
Mm-mm.
It's literally like a documentary style about vampires living in the real world. But
Really?
they're like
Yeah,
total fucking weirdos.
Wait, aren't they from different eras too?
yeah, they're all
Yes.
from
Like
different
Yes.
eras.
the ones from like medieval times. And
Yeah.
he's really
And
like,
one's
all
like
over the
actually-
place and-
like
they're-
Nosferatu, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like
He just lives in the
decrepit,
basement.
yeah. Oh,
That's
and then
awesome.
When I found out they came out with a TV show for it, I was so excited, and it's just as good. Like,
I'll have
it's still
to-
so
I'll-
fucking
I'll have
I
to
haven't
check
watched
that
the
out.
TV show, but the movie is fucking hilarious. I actually
The
own it
Invisible
at
Man
house
movie.
sometime.
That one looks interesting.
that looks
That looks
fucking
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like they spoiled the entire plot in the trailer. You know?
I mean,
Yes, the
but
scene-
we'll see.
The scene where like originally like up until this specific scene that they show you, it makes sense because I watched the originals, like the black and whites, the Invisible
Yeah.
Man, and like as that story's progressed over time and all the different renditions that they
Mhm.
put
Oh,
out.
see, I've never seen any renditions of
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well, it used to be in novels and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a classic character.
Isn't that a Mary
But-
Shelley book?
Yes.
The people, the
Yes.
person that wrote Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they ruin the suspense of like why he's invisible or like how he's invisible. Because even with when
Oh,
Kevin
see, I don't-
Bacon did
maybe,
it,
maybe I didn't see that.
like it was I can't remember if it was like it was some sort of chemical injection or
dumping
some
paint on him. See, I've only
that-
seen one trailer.
that scene. There's
Yeah.
a scene where she's in the attic looking down the stair and she picks up a can of paint and throws it on him. And
You just see the outline of this guy's face.
well, it's a silhouette of him, but he's clearly wearing a suit because there's angles on it. It's almost like a reflective, like
Why does that ruin the plot somehow?
yes.
Is him wearing a suit?
The fact that he's wearing a suit versus it being like the suspense of not knowing how he's invisible, which they obviously explain in time,
Right.
or like how he came across that technology or whatever. But like the buildup prior in that story sounded amazing. Like, dude,
Yeah.
super controlling. He's manipulative, like this crazy
So it's about
fucking
a
scenario
sociopath that's invisible.
Yeah.
that finds a way, some technology to be invisible. And that's what killed me
Oh.
is usually in the other renditions, they never really told you how they became
Yeah, that's
invisible.
part of the mystery.
Yeah, like even in
Yeah, but you don't think maybe they're trying to throw you off the scent. Maybe they're showing you that purposefully so that you go, oh, maybe there's a different retelling of this story.
right.
or
And
something.
that is like
Well, it's
really,
a Blumhouse film as well, so they're going.
Oh,
they're always
I
gonna put a twist
fucking
on
love
that.
Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
god, they're one of my favorite horror studios.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so good.
I don't know when it comes to trailers and stuff, like especially nowadays, like that hopeful fucking mentality of like,
Mhm.
okay, maybe this isn't exactly where they're going with it,
Right.
but they've done that with so many fucking movies. They just put way too much information in these trailers, and it's like you're showing us everything that's happening.
And that's why I love the A24 studios.
Oh fuck yeah,
Because did you guys ever watch Midsummer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
That
God,
was
that
a
movie
weird one.
fucked with my head.
dude.
They're all weird, and they
Yeah.
all end very weird.
Yeah.
Really
very
abruptly.
sudden and
Yeah.
very weird.
Like
Like
that's the beauty of
mid-90s?
it though, because like they want you to feel uneasy after
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie's done.
Like
and they
mid-
do it successfully.
mid '90s.
Yeah.
Very abrupt ending.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh,
Oh.
he's just
That's a
gonna,
thing.
just gonna skate off. Into
Like
the
they don't
sunset
want
like
you
that.
to ease off the movies. They want that shit to
Yeah.
clip off.
No,
They
I
don't
love
want you to just
A24.
feel
A24 and
weird.
Blumhouse,
Blumhouse,
could do
yeah.
a movie together. That would be the
and
most.
then you could cast us in
Yeah.
your film.
that would be the most
and pay us lots
suspenseful
of money.
horror
Yeah,
that would just drop off. That would be. Imagine watching a horror movie as good as any other Blumhouse one, but then adding the abrupt uneasiness of an A24 film.
ooh,
I want an
Have
A24.
they ever worked together?
I want an A24 film about sleep paralysis.
Oh,
Like
fuck
like
that.
the sleep paralysis demon things where you can
Yeah.
like see like these like shadow figures in the background. I want something where like one gets like way like super aggressive. Like somebody's got this like really fucking mean one, and like you have to sleep. So
Yeah.
it's gonna find you at some point. But
See, that's I don't know that not to get off topic.
No, you're
of, like,
good.
films and stuff, but I've never experienced sleep paralysis.
oh dude, I used to get
I
that.
don't know
Like
if I have
I
either.
still have that every once in a
Mm.
while, but like I don't see anything anymore. But as a kid,
Yeah,
I literally can make out the shape of a person.
that's
Like
weird.
out the corner of my eye, and like you can like hear breathing. I don't know if it's just like a psychological thing where you just develop that in your head.
Yeah.
But literally, I would like hear somebody like crawling in my window at night and just sitting there at like the edge of your bed, just breathing and watching.
What?
Feet. It's nuts.
That's sleep paralysis?
Yeah, dude.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
hell no.
Look up shadow people sleep paralysis.
No.
I'll show you
No.
exactly what it looks
Because
like.
I've heard like
it's
horror stories about it,
insane.
and like people's testimony and like what they've experienced in sleep paralysis, but I can never pull back.
Why do you guys know the studios? Don't you just watch the movie, or do you always research this shit out of it? No, there's certain studios that were like, I know certain people that work with those studios, and I go, oh, that looks interesting. Like, so A24, the reason I knew about A24 is because Jonah Hill's first directed movie was mid-90s, which is an escape movie. So I was interested, and it was an A24. And then, so when I looked into it, I was like, oh, this is a great movie. And there was a thing with other A24 films there, and I was like, holy fuck, this studio is amazing. And then what it is,
Like that.
this is what's interesting about these studios and why I like them so much.
Nope.
When you've got A24, you've got Blumhouse and Neon. Those are like the three right now. They are the I like to call them, they're the millennial studios. They're the studios that are literally directing all of their content towards millennials, and they're doing it in a really interesting way that kind of breaks the mold. They're doing it on lower end budgets, so it's not all like crazy cheesy graphics and everything.
Yeah.
Their plots of all of their stories are very unusual.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason Blumhouse became such a big thing is because they literally broke the mold of a horror movie.
Yep.
I mean, they did just some of the weirdest shit.
I mean, fuck,
they
dude,
did like
Hereditary.
They did
Yeah.
like The Grudge.
Yeah,
back in the day.
and
Like-
they had this shock factor where you're like,
Yeah.
what the
It completely
fuck?
it completely breaks the template that had been set by previous generations, especially with horror and suspense. Those two subgenres of filmmaking, which feed into that craving, that adrenaline rush that people get from horror films and specific genres. They completely flipped that formula on its head while still maintaining that level. I mean, Hereditary, I remembered being more creeped out watching Hereditary just by the slight nuances and details that they involve in the movies, like her grinding her teeth.
It's just not cool.
My skin would crawl. And it's just because of the way that they set those up, and the fact that they have that perspective, those directors and the people that they involve themselves with in that creative process to create these fucking images and cinematography is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, and I think also like you have three.
That's the shadow thing that you'd see.
Oh, yeah.
during sleep
Fuck
paralysis.
that.
No.
Yeah.
No,
old nope.
you also have three people
Fuck that.
very clearly in almost every episode that we've done, we've talked about film. So you have three people here that are very clearly like into film.
I'm a huge movie
so
buff.
like for us to know studios is not that big. I don't think everybody knows A24 or
No.
Blumhouse. I think they
And
know
go look 'em up.
they know the movies by them,
Yeah.
you know, but they don't know like the different
And I
directors
think-
and stuff like that.
I think the biggest pull for wanting to know that information and trying to get some sense of reference as to what those studios were about or what projects they've been a part of is because of the product that they put out.
Yeah.
That it's so enthralling and it pulls you in on such a crazy level
And I think they
that
do,
I want to know.
I think
you know?
what adds to it is they, A24 is a perfect example. They make all of their films look lower budget. They make you almost like think that you could do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They
Like
make
that's
you feel
what
like
they
you're
do.
part
Like,
of it because it's low budget.
because
and that's
it's
what you could
they
afford to
make you think that like, oh my god, like I could be a part of this. Like I could be in an A24. I could make an A24 film, and this just adds so much to it.
Yeah.
And it, from my perspective as well, I mean, on a deeper level of script writing and cinematography is huge for me. And Blumhouse does a phenomenal job with their cinematography for horror. A24 does a really interesting job with matching their cinematography perfectly with the time. You don't have to know
the sequences,
the time. Well, you don't even have to know the time, like the era of that film, but the cinematography shows you what that era is, or it shows you like Midsummer. They showed you like this weird, like you didn't know where you were at, and it made you uneasy. Just the cinematics of it made
Because
you
of the
uneasy because
background
you didn't
stuff.
know. They didn't
The
want you to
clothing that
know.
they wore,
Yeah.
fucking everything was so mixed, but then they'd have technologies that were completely out of that era.
Right.
And those are the things that create that uneasiness, because you're trying to find some coalescent story, something like connectivity that you can pinpoint exactly. Okay, well, this is clearly, England at blank year.
And they don't give that to you.
They don't give that
They give
to
you
you.
the place, the location. That's it. Like, you don't know when this is or why or what is going on. And I just love film and I love learning about all this shit. The other one I really want to watch, this is by Neon Films, is Parasite.
Oh, it's so good.
It looks really. Is it supposed to be a comedy?
No.
Is it the wait?
Because people were saying that it was supposed to be like a really dark but semi funny.
I don't really know how to describe it. You're just gonna have to check it out. But it won like a bunch of Oscars and stuff.
I gotta watch that one and see, because it looks really good.
Yeah,
and it keeps popping up on my suggested feed.
Definitely check it out. It's a foreign film, of course, so like you're gonna have to read the subtitles and such. But overall, it's fantastic.
Actually, speaking of foreign films, I really enjoyed Train to Bangkok. I don't know if you guys ever watched or Train to.
No, it's Train to fuck.
You know what I'm talking about,
yes.
though. Yeah, those were really good because they just released
Train
the
to
second
Busan.
one.
Yeah.
But
it's like a zombie one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Look, imagine that scenario. You're stuck in a fucking the equivalency of a bullet train that doesn't stop until it gets close to its destination. Pretty much automated.
And the spot that you're gonna land in probably has a high population.
And you're and an infection starts in the train.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and it's just full of people. Like, what do you do? Like, that's literally, you're stuck in a hallway with hundreds of people.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
In the zombie infection.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
Just,
So
happens.
His films, the guy that created it was actually it's part of a film series called Soul Station, and it's actually a comic cartoon.
Really?
What?
Yeah. So that movie was created from basically a comic book cartoon.
I thought you said it was going to be like a extension from Soul Plane back in the day.
Soul Train.
Soul Train. Well, there's Soul Train and Soul Plane.
Or just Airplane.
Airplane. Oh, what do we got?
Oh shit, I didn't see that. My bad.
I didn't see we have comments.
Let me look here. Oh, we don't have any way for you to call in and us to record it. It would sound like super shitty coming to our phones. We don't have any way to do that right now. Thanks for trying though.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
we'll figure something out
here
that
cool.
we can have people call in and everything.
Yeah, that'd actually be a lot of fun.
Because otherwise, if I do it through the phone, it's gonna sound like ass.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to do that right now.
Do it through the phone.
Do it through the phone.
Okay, so here's a question then. We'll stick on the film bits.
Yeah.
So
since we're on it,
any franchise that you guys want to see another movie from?
Oh, that's a good
Boondock
question.
Saints.
Boondock Saints. That'd be
It's
cool.
probably gonna be overplayed.
I think they are actually working.
Hey, 27 minutes late. Hey, 27 minutes late is
man.
better than never. So
still
we
here.
appreciate you, James. Thanks for coming in, man. We're just talking film. Let's see.
All right, so something I want to see a sequel to.
Like or just in the film
Just
franchise.
a continuation of
the
a
franchise?
franchise. Yeah. Could be an off branch, could be a sub series, could be,
Odd Thomas.
yeah.
Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that one.
It's fucking depressing, but
Man, I'm trying
Those
to
are
think.
always good though.
There's so many options, but give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna think of a really good one. So,
I know you got one. What is it?
Well, right off the gate, I was thinking I want another Mad Max after Fury
Don't
Road.
they have like 4?
Well,
5?
there's a lot,
Yeah.
but with
I haven't
Tom
seen any of
Hardy
them.
and the director from Fury Road,
Yeah.
I want another one,
Oh,
an
really?
expansion on that story, because usually with Mad Max stories, it's jumps in time, which they made very evident in the beginning of Fury Road, that it's been a long time and he's been desolate by himself dealing with the inner demons and shit. And now there's kind of a redemption story where he's kind of coming back from that madness of, solitude,
Right.
and being in the desert. So I like that idea. Plus, Furiosa was a bad bitch.
I haven't
she was
seen any of- I
fucking.
haven't
You haven't
seen
seen it?
any of the movies.
Oh, dude, I
See
I
Fury
almost saw
Road,
it.
any
dude.
of them
Couldn't watch
animated.
it.
You want a gnarly Tom Hardy movie? Mad Max. It's badass, dude.
I want 28 years later.
I was just about to say that.
I can have
That's
28.
so
I can have
good.
28 days, 28 weeks, and I have 28.
Oh, 28
years.
months. How about 28 months?
Yeah,
28
give me
months
months
would-
at
yeah.
least, and then give us years.
Yeah.
Who's the guy?
It's a guy from I can't remember his name, but he's
He's done. He's gone now. He's
oh fuck no,
I haven't
he-
seen him in anything.
Dude, he's in Peaky
Penny
Blinders.
Dreadful.
Penny
oh,
Dreadful.
that's right,
dude.
Peaky Blinders. You're
Yeah,
right.
he's
You're
Shelby.
right. You're right. Duh.
But yeah, he was in tons of films. He was Scarecrow and Batman. He's been
Well, that was
a
ages
couple
ago.
shows and stuff.
That was fucking over 10 years ago that he was Scarecrow and
Well,
Batman.
fucking
He looks-
28 Days Later, which is the original fucking one of
Yeah.
those, is what, 14 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were great.
Plus, he looks like the
movies.
guy
fuck
from
yeah.
All American Rejects.
Yeah,
So-
that's how I used to tie it.
What? There was another one I had that I wanted to see. more of.
gives you help. Give you help.
I can't even think of what it was. Shit, I lost.
What do you guys have for wanted movie sequels or like extensions?
Yeah,
Wanted 2.
Wanted two. Wanted
Still
2.
Wanted.
Electric
Is
Boogaloo.
still wanted. Yeah.
We
Because
can
he
co-
survived.
We can curve the bullet a different way.
It just goes completely backwards.
He just kills himself. Like,
Oh, shit.
my god.
We really didn't think this through.
Well, yeah. I mean, like
Um,
even with the expanses and like CGI and stuff, you can
Yeah.
do some crazy shit with bending bullets and that. That'd be pretty cool.
Cillian Murphy's real voice is terrible, but
Killian.
Killian. But in Peaky Blinders, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I like Peaky Blinders. I love that show.
Yeah.
God, what was the movie that I was trying to think of? All right.
Watership Down. I want a sequel of that.
Watership
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh my god! So it's like this cartoon movie that came out about rabbits back in like the 80s.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Where the birds like drop.
It's the most horrifying cartoon movie that you will
A
ever
child's
watch in your
film.
life.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And it's
yeah.
like it's for that time period, it was
Live
good
action remake.
animation. Yeah. Oh,
Oh
God.
no, I'm kidding. No, don't do that, please.
Actually, they did. I think they made like a CGI
Oh,
version of that
I don't
movie.
want to watch that.
Yeah.
I protect that.
all right. I got one for you.
No.
TV shows that you want back.
Oh God, you
That have been
son of a
canceled.
bitch.
Johnny Quest, like
Johnny-
the 1950s Johnny Quest. Yeah.
Okay.
50s and 60s Johnny Quest. Yeah.
Terra Nova. Bring
Yeah, Terra
fucking
Nova.
Terra Nova back. I'm
Firefly.
pissed. If you don't bring that
Still
fucking show
pissed.
back, I got so attached to that show, and I didn't know that it got cut short because they cliffhanger you,
Yeah.
and I got so attached to this fucking show, and then found out that they canceled it, and then they tried to bring it back, and then it got canceled again. I was so
Mhm.
pissed. So that and Entourage.
They just
I
came out
want
with
more Entourage. And Ballers. I haven't finished the last season yet
Mm.
because I'm too afraid to, because I know it's gonna hurt me inside that it's the last season.
they just came out with the last few episodes of BoJack Horseman.
Oh yeah, they
really
did.
sad about that because
Yeah.
I love that
We like
show.
last
Yes.
Yes,
They
yeah,
finished
they're
the
done.
series.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's done.
It didn't end the way that I wanted it to, but it's still like it's really interesting.
Let's not talk
So-
about. I've only finished season
That's
1.
fine. That's fine.
Oh,
But, yeah.
Jesus,
Fuck.
you got a ways to go. There's like
Yeah.
4 seasons.
Honestly,
now.
though, that show drags you in and it fucks with your heartstrings.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God,
Honestly,
dude.
like I never thought I was gonna be like attached to a show about like cartoon animals, but it's
About a
like
horse.
they
Don't
they
act
make
like
you think about shit
you
real.
don't
hard.
know.
They touch on the real parts of life.
Yeah, that
BoJack
show fucked me up
Horseman.
actually for a bit. So,
No.
what else?
Futurama. I used to love that show.
Yeah, Futurama.
But they brought
Yeah.
it back enough times. I don't
Yeah,
need it to
they
come
did.
back.
Well, then they have so many replays that they put on TV.
Definitely Entourage. That's
Yeah.
probably one of my number one. And Terra Nova. Those are my two.
Well, there was a couple of shows that I was really into that they canceled. Nobody wants to hear about those.
No, I'm curious.
Well, there was a show called Dead Man Wonderland that I was really into, and it had a really fucking interesting, like it was basically like a gladiatorial experiment with like inmates and shit that had like
Oh.
different gene mutations or were forced to have gene mutations that would give them like
Interesting.
powers, and they would
Jesus.
make them fight to the death and shit.
Hmm.
So it was like you fight these other inmates and then you progress like a death race scenario. Like
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
get through these preliminaries, but it was kids,
Oh shit!
like young,
Jesus.
so it's like
Christ.
Hunger Games plus Death Race.
essentially, but they're in
Oh, shit.
prison. Like they capture all these fucking kids and
Damn.
like put them into like an actual like prison facility
That sounds fucking
and experiment
nuts.
on them. And yeah, it was fucking gnarly. It was definitely an adult like story.
I would
arc.
totally watch that.
Yeah, but they had one season.
Oh, really?
And they had like no closure on anything. They literally were
shit.
in production. I think the books are still coming out, but they just like, I don't know if funding dropped or whatever, if it was too intense, because
Right.
it was gnarly, like fucking gnarly.
I wish that there was an Ender's Game TV show instead of the movie.
Yeah.
because there's so much to that series that needed to
Yeah.
get visualized. That
What
they,
movie? Go ahead.
I
keep
was
going.
going to say they couldn't fit all that in one movie.
Oh, for sure.
What
Yeah,
for sure.
movies do you wish would be remade way better with a different director? Like, just it needs to be remade and done
The
justice.
Hobbit.
Done justice.
The
I thought
Hobbit.
was
Ready
decent.
Player
I-
One.
Oh,
I think that needed to be. I think that needs to be remade with a different vision, because there was. Don't get me wrong. Like the comparisons between the book and the references to the like in the movie,
Mhm.
phenomenal. And I mean, they're going to use a lot more pop culture than what was in the book,
Yeah.
to get that pull factor. But I feel like there wasn't. on the book was written very differently to how the story was portrayed in the movie, and there's always going to be that separation, you know, like actually like having to physically visualize something versus imagination based from person to person. But I feel like they didn't capture exactly what the book goes
really
to.
trying to showcase.
Yeah, I mean, like the actors were great. The cinematography was fucking phenomenal. The guys that did the CGI were fucking on point with all that
City
shit.
of Ember.
City of Ember.
Oh,
yeah.
Redone.
Yeah.
What was the other
Thinking an Artemis Fowl movie that's coming out.
Oh, I know, and I love the Artemis Fowl books.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of the trailers of this movie.
They better not
Really?
fuck it
It
up.
looks like it's already fucked up.
God damn
Honestly, and it's like, come on, Disney, get your shit together.
You're finally making something that's not a live action version of some bullshit movie I don't fucking care about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but here's my rant. I could give a fuck less about a live action Lion King. I could give a fuck less about a live action Snow White. I could give a fuck less about a live action Aladdin. I don't care. I don't care about a live action. I loved the cartoons.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't give a shit.
Well, they're just doing
about
that for
the live
copyright.
action.
No, for
sake.
sure.
I mean, they're just trying to keep that.
You could re-up on the
Fuck them.
licensing and they
Fuck
get
them.
make more money for
It's
a
so
newer
stupid.
generation.
They've been doing that for decades.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I almost went and saw Lion King because of how the kid or the Simba looked as a kitten.
It was cool, right?
Yeah,
But
it's gorgeous. They did a gorgeous fucking job, but that's the only pull point. Is like
they lost all the
Yeah.
original connection that they
Yeah.
had in the first movies. So
here's one that'll probably, and this is just my own personal perspective on it. If anybody that sees this is a part of this fucking movement and you didn't act accordingly, you're an asshole. The Sonic movie.
Sonic. Yep,
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
that's
So-
what you were gonna say.
I'm not a huge fan of the Sonic movie. When I saw the original trailer, I wasn't one of those people that were like, holy fuck, nostalgia overload.
Right.
I'm going to go see this movie. I was never really into Sonic. It was more Mario.
Yeah.
So that wasn't as appealing as it would have been. For me, it was a DVD movie.
Mhm.
So I would have picked that up or like saw it on Netflix or something or whatever. But for the people that went fucking crazy on the internet,
Like, got it to the point where they had to remake
petitions,
and spend a
fucking
shitload of money.
going wild, right? So this production company stopped their production of this fucking movie to reanimate the character model for Sonic. And now he is literally like from the fucking
Video game.
from the video game to fucking big screen.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. You guys got what you wanted. If you're one of those people that bitched and moaned and signed petitions and all this shit, and you don't go and pay to see this movie,
Then
you're
fucked
an
us.
asshole.
Well, and
Fucked
that
us up.
animation studio is already shut down.
Dude. And like they put in this fucking effort for the
They listened.
fan
They finally
fodder
listened.
to cater to their audience, the people
Yep.
who gave a fuck and wanted to see the perfect rendition of a Sonic film. They gave you what you wanted. Give it back in spades,
Yep.
dude. Like they didn't have to do that. They could have just released the fucking movie.
Yep.
And that would have been the end of it. You would have given them their money
Yep.
because you would have gone and see it. Don't lie to yourself. You
Yeah,
would have
you
gone to
would've.
see it. In all honesty, dude, if
Even if it was
our
just a
buddies,
shit on it.
yeah, even if our buddies were like, hey, let's go fucking watch the stupid Sonic movie. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
But they listened to you.
But they listened, dude, and like they don't ever fucking do that. Like the
No way.
last fourth of production, you think they're gonna stop what they're doing to any other company, any
No.
other AAA
There's
fucking
no way in hell
production
it's ever
companies?
happening.
No, these guys did. These guys bit the fucking bullet to just fucking help you guys out and give you the content that you wanted.
Yep.
Mad respect to those
sorry
guys.
Suck that
for-
proverbial dick.
Sorry, for
Because
being
you're
the
already
computer,
on your
by the way.
knees.
Sorry
Huh?
for being on the computer. I was uploading all of our stuff to the
No.
YouTubes and the.
Yeah, cut that out. I want to look up myself some more.
Yeah,
But
I know
no,
you did.
I don't know.
We-
That was
social
my goal.
media, we have an Instagram. We don't post on it very much, but we
Mhm.
also have Facebook. That's where we're most prevalent is
Yeah.
on our Facebook. Just what we learned this week. That's all. That's our Facebook page. But yeah, go watch Sonic. Don't fuck around.
Yeah, don't and I don't know if
I
anybody
didn't
in here is
petition
gonna
for
do
it,
that.
so I didn't
yeah.
watch it. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait until the Spyro the Dragon movie comes out.
that'd be fucking dope.
Or,
Yeah, that's-
or
that was-
Crash Bandicoot movie.
I think that was the most recent thing
Oh,
that like from just like the production end of things, I guess, like keeping up with movies as they progressed. That just really arced me out, man.
grinds my gears.
Yeah, because it was just like, they put in all that effort for you guys. Fucking reciprocate.
If you don't sit there and complain if you're not going to go see the fucking movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's the issue.
Yeah.
Is everybody finds a reason to bitch and moan.
They actually
and
did do very well in the box office with that movie.
Did they?
so far.
Good.
Yeah. So like,
Sonic.
you guys remember how the Birds of Prey movie came out with
Yeah.
Harley Quinn or whatever?
Mhm.
That movie made like 1/3 of what the Sonic movie made so
Nice.
far.
I didn't,
So-
I didn't have high hopes for it anyways. And don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
their marketing was kind of shit for it.
Don't
So
get me wrong.
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie is Harley
yes,
Quinn.
she's a
is-
goddamn angel.
is an angel and should never be taken away from that role. But
Or any role. She should just be on everything from now on.
I
She's amazing and
I
love
loved
her.
Suicide Squad, but it had
was okay.
so much fan hate.
Yeah.
I loved
It was okay. I wasn't
I
that
loved it
impressed.
for its cinematic and
and Will Smith.
that Will Smith. It's the music matched up
Yeah.
perfectly. Whoever
Oh,
picked
for
their
the
music,
their PR guy.
yeah, matched
Yeah,
up
their marketing team was
perfectly.
fucking phenomenal.
Well, yeah, not
Because
even
they got
just-
everybody to see the movie.
Not even
Well,
just marketing.
the
I mean,
the
in the
soundtrack for
film,
the
the
film.
soundtrack for the movie,
Yeah.
in every scene, made the scenes more powerful.
See, that would be an ideal job for me. I want to be the guy who picks out the music for movies.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And
It'd be
that-
intense,
isn't
but
that
that'd be
the
a lot
same-
of.
That'd be
That'd be
dope.
seriously fucking
Yeah,
cool.
but I think that's a small part of a bigger role.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
I don't think that's just one. They don't just hire somebody
Let
to
me
come in and go, I'm picking the music.
Yeah, you scroll through an iPod.
no.
Like I think this would sound good.
I'm gonna do it
here.
anyways.
You're writing novels? Shut up.
Really?
James.
Nice, dude.
James.
That's fucking badass.
You gotta send us a copy.
Send us a copy
We'll
of the
advertise
novel,
it.
even if it's just
Dude.
like an email copy
Oh,
of the
shit,
novel or
yeah,
something.
we gotta
We'll read the
awesome.
fuck out of that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were just talking about that was my skill for this. That was two of our skills this week was to read, or last week was to read.
It's
So
badass, man.
hell yeah, we'll promote the shit out of your novel, son.
Dude.
Son,
Bring it on.
all right. What's something that hasn't become a movie yet that you guys really want to see as a movie?
Genre of historic events and more. Ooh, interesting. I like that. Nice.
Hey.
Ooh.
Something that I want to see become a movie.
Mm-hmm. Or a TV show or whatever. Like what's something that you have as an idea or like as a
Oh, like not something that I've seen, but like an actual idea of my own.
maybe not. Let's
I
go with like
if it's an actual idea of my
if
own.
there's something that somebody else created as content, what would you want to turn into a movie in the future? Like
Something
that
that's what?
hasn't been released as like a movie or TV show.
So previous content that we've ran into that we really enjoyed
Mhm.
and
Has
wish
not
had
turned into a movie.
Okay. That's a tough one. There's a lot of side note stuff that I would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen gotten.
There is an Uber. It's called Stuber. It's the new
Brett and Link's book.
Kamal Giamatti.
Oh, Tales of Billy Creek.
I'd
That'd be
like to
pretty
see
dope.
that one.
That'd be well. They kind of
think-
do like a vid doc like that.
They're planning on doing a movie.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
I'd like that. Or oh man, that's
Yeah,
hard.
that's
a hard one.
Because there's a lot of like sub shit.
Give me a fucking full movie, Halo, full Halo movie. Don't give me that
I wanna-
bullshit fall series, which was like 4 shorts.
Oh, the anthologies.
series, yeah, which were great.
Yeah.
They're great.
I want a
full
Well, there
goddamn
was
movie.
one.
There was
I
not.
want a
There was
goddamn
one
No,
movie.
it was not a movie. I have watched every fucking piece of Halo related content, and it is not a full movie. I want an hour and a half long fucking film. That's not what that was. What it was a 20-minute segment series.
No,
Yes.
I want a president.
Live action. Don't bring up the cartoon bullshit.
that's what I'm talking about. It's a
No.
live action one.
I
There
want
was a movie. Sorry,
telling
There you
you.
go.
this is intense.
I want a presidential cinematic universe.
Yeah,
'Cause
Forward Until Dawn was the only thing
Yeah.
that came out. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
series. It was not a movie. I watched it. I watched all of them.
I might have just had the DVD then because
You might have watched it
just
as
short
all
of
in
an hour.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
When I
not.
watched
It
it,
was
was-
not what it should have been.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. They did a great job with it. It needed to be longer.
Bros.
What? Uber Ally?
Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh
That
God.
is the best fucking name for this. Holy shit.
Jesus.
That's fucking
I just got,
awesome.
like, lightheaded.
Well, the first thing I thought of was Dead Kennedys. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like-
No, dude, I want a presidential cinematic universe because I want to see one movie about Teddy Roosevelt. I want to see one movie about George Washington and one movie about Abraham Lincoln.
A web series consists of 5 15-minute episodes released weekly starting on October 5th, 2012.
Interesting.
Don't fuck with me on my Halo facts, son.
No, I wasn't trying to debunk what you were saying because
I
we
watched
both
it
have
Because
seen
I was
it.
so excited for
Yeah.
it when it came out, and
Yeah.
then it turned out to be a goddamn web series. And I was like,
But that's
"You
what
motherfuckers!"
that's what's so weird though. I might have just had the DVD. Like my dad might
probably
have
has
picked up the
got it,
DVD
yeah.
because it ran through no breaks, no like episode 2. This it was just nonstop, front to back, and it was like an hour long. So I don't know. We might have just watched it differently.
Well, I mean, It would be about.
I remember
an hour.
watching that like a long time ago, but I don't really.
It was good. It was
I never had an
great.
Xbox, so I never really got.
But
too
it
big into
also-
Halo.
Gotcha.
It wasn't. It also wasn't Master Chief's story arc.
Yeah, like he
It
came in
was-
towards the end.
Master
to
Chef.
It was.
have them-
It was ODST.
Yeah,
And it was great. They had
Yeah.
him come in, but
nobody can sound like John except for the voice actor that plays John.
I want to see John's voice.
You
Or, I mean,
want to see
John's
John's voice?
face. John's face.
I want him to take off his helmet and have it be Gordon Ramsay, so that way he
He
can
already
be
took it
Master
off.
Chef.
He already took the helmet off. Technically,
He's
Well,
gonna
we
take it
just
off.
we know he's
Show
white. Yeah,
do we?
yeah, he's white. Because trust me, I played
Maybe he got
through
bleached.
Legendary Full Skull
Maybe he got bleached.
to see that cutscene. Sorry, this is a geeky tangent.
No, I love this. I want a
They-
remake of the Doom movie that doesn't suck.
Oh, with
Didn't
with
they
the,
just
with,
make a
with
new
the-
one?
That was
No, dude, that Netflix thing
that was The Rock,
it's
wasn't it?
ass.
Really?
That Netflix Doom
Yeah.
movie.
It's
don't
bad?
even,
No.
I watched 5 minutes of it and I was like, this is bullshit.
No, the best one
Oh,
is
It shouldn't even have Doom as the name.
what was it? It was
Damn.
The Rock and what the fuck is that guy's name? Somebody's got to know what. My hands free died.
Oh, my hands free died. I insist you transcribe your speech in the comments. Oh, because he can't hear us.
Oh, shit!
No.
Damn.
We can't call. We can't do that. But I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry. Halo Infinite is the new one, by the way.
mm.
It better.
Oh, the new game
What's the sequel going to be? Halo Infinity and One?
in one.
Well,
Infinity
no,
and Beyond? You get to play as Buzz Lightyear?
Goddamn.
Infinite is actually a part of the new storyline,
Yeah.
or not storyline, but a part of the new
The extended
trilogy
Arc, yeah.
because it's Halo 4, 5, and 6 that are gonna go in one. I think they'll be the Cortana-less games. I think. Well, not Cortana-less, but that story arc. I think.
Where
right?
you're facing, yeah.
'Cause
where-
Halo 4 was him versus. Was it Halo 4 or Halo 5? 5's
Halo-
not out yet, right?
You know what?
No, 5 has been out.
Okay,
5
so
was
it's
Guardians.
5 then. So it's okay. So Guardians was the beginning then. So it's 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because 4 was the end of the Covenant arc.
Okay, so it's 5, 6, and 7. That's why
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was 4 that just came out. Yeah, you're right. Because
Yeah.
that's when that's when you're introduced to the
Didac.
and the what do you call them? What's their whole what do you call those things? Like they Destiny has them too. What do you
The
call?
Revenants.
No, you call them when they're the old species. They are the
Oh, Prometheans.
Prometheans.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, you get introduced
Yeah.
to the Promethean race. And
Yeah.
so
Because that's
their story arc
technically
now.
what the Didac is he's
Right.
from that old
right,
species.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was the Guardians. It was a weird way to start that arc because then they involved Locke and they were trying to like interweave these two.
I didn't understand why
I
they
liked
were
Locke.
trying to bring Locke in to become
Yeah.
a big story arc.
Well-
Did you play Halo?
No.
Oh,
I didn't have an
okay.
Xbox. Yeah.
It's
Sorry, man.
Like,
we don't mean to. I don't want to
No,
like
you're good. You're
take
good.
you out of the
I used
game,
to
but-
play like online with friends,
Yeah.
but I never like had an Xbox on my
Okay,
own.
so the only
like,
reason
yeah.
that I bought the Xbox originally was
Mhm.
to play the Halo games. That's how
Yeah.
involved I was with
Yeah.
it. Like I read the books, I
Yeah.
love the games,
all that
but
shit.
actually that's one of my favorite books is The Fall of Reach.
The Fall of Reach,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good one. That one, Ghost in the Shell or Ghost in the Shell or Ghost. I think it was Ghost in the Shell was a great one, and
Be a dope
then
video game. Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
The Flood was a
Yeah.
great book.
Well,
too.
The Flood is just a fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I still like now just because you said the name The Flood, I'm picturing in my head like I'm watching a fucking video that scene when you meet the Flood for the first time.
Oh,
from the first
God.
Halo.
Oh God,
Yeah. That's how intense
Yo,
that
these
was.
games-
I remember the Flood.
These
yeah.
games were so well put together,
it's
and I just really hope that when they continue this, the good part
when
is
Bungie does what they
Bungie.
need to do.
the part that gives me hope is that they're taking their time with every game.
Everything, yeah.
They're taking their time,
And they've
I
cut
like
all the
that.
fucking accessory bullshit now. It's just that production studio. The guys that
Yes.
remain from that production studio
Yes.
are the ones heading the projects.
That's good.
Which is
Same
that's exactly that's all it fucking matters, dude.
content that I want turned into a movie.
Mhm.
God of War,
The new arc,
both. I want
A
all
whole
of it.
linear.
I
God
want
Award,
all of it.
MCU or the cinematic universe.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
Yep, you didn't read that one right. He tried, man. He's trying to lip read, and he thinks he's. Just kidding. But yeah, no, I want to see the God of War
That'd be pretty interesting.
That'd be good. I like that.
Death Stranding.
Movie.
Yeah, honestly, that.
I watched that scene.
Did you? Yeah,
That's
dude.
fucking brutal.
As fuck.
Wait,
As-
what
when we
Oh yeah,
like walking barefoot.
yeah.
And apparently
I saw
there's
that.
more of those. Like there's more hidden cutscenes
Yeah.
and stuff from
Oh,
like your
shit.
environmental
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Nuts,
Some
man.
nasty shit, but no, God of War.
I finally finished that game, by the way.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, dude, that was,
You finished it?
I did.
Brutal.
That was,
Oh
that was an
wow! What a
intense
storyline,
fucking
right?
game. I was like, whoa, okay.
Dude.
You haven't played it yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
You fucker. Play
You have
that
a PlayStation?
goddamn game.
I do.
I'll borrow it to you.
Borrow it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Play that goddamn- I know I shouldn't have gotten a digital. That's
No,
not me,
it's
my
all
bad.
good. The only game for PlayStation outside of Death Stranding, Death Stranding, that I am vibrating in anticipation for is
Last of Us.
part 2.
Oh, the last.
it's coming out like in the next month or so, dude.
Yes,
Like, dude.
that was
dude.
dude. No, The Last of Us. That's probably one of the best video games I think I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, and that I don't like to exaggerate it a lot, but that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I couple The Last of Us
Haven't played the first one.
with
You haven't? Oh, dude, I'll loan
I've
that to you too.
got the remastered
Yeah.
Oh,
if
me
you
too.
want to play it. Yeah.
I know.
I couple that storyline with my emotional attachment, with my need to see the character development, with how intense of an emotional
Yep.
reaction I had on a fucking chapter to chapter basis in that
Yep.
fucking game. How good the fucking story writing is.
That's how I felt with God
It's-
of War and Death Stranding.
It's nuts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
That is how, and I'm a nerd when it comes to Kingdom
Me
Hearts,
too.
dude. Like,
not me. I played
And-
one game
dude.
and I loved it. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved the Kingdom Hearts game. That I
You know,
had.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I haven't played the new DLC for Kingdom Hearts, but I was actually
Mm.
kind of disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just feel like they missed so much. They just kind of skimmed over a
Yeah.
lot of shit that they tried building up, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this game was super short.
Yeah.
Like, I
Well,
waited
yeah, there
15 years
wasn't-
for this game. and
There
it was-
wasn't a lot of worlds and stuff
Yeah,
to explore, but
You know what I would like to see a remake of, not with today's like graphics and people that can write really good games.
Monkey Ball.
my God.
And I think this one could be even better if they remade it with new storytelling and new graphics. And I don't know why it just came to my head.
Dante's Inferno.
Prince of Persia.
Oh, that'd be good.
If they remade the Prince of Persia games, I think they
Damn.
would become fucking
Yo.
triple A
Just-
games
just
immediately.
God of War it.
There's
They
no
revamp it.
dude.
Like if they remade those, man, I'm getting them.
You just sent
immediately.
me into a fucking rabbit hole of nostalgia.
Yeah.
I want
oh my
Prince
God.
of Persia, dude. Great fucking games.
I remember when they made the transition to make him edgier in like the second or
Mhm.
third.
Oh, where he had like
game.
the demon arm thing.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah.
the third game.
Yeah.
In the second game, they to fucking advertise for just how fucking edgy this game was, outside of it being dark and brutal as fuck,
Yeah.
the soundtrack included Tramped.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Mammary glands in video games as well as CGI. Man, what?
Boobs. He's talking about boobs.
What do you think
They
is
can
the
only get
future
better,
of video
I'd
game
assume.
I would
tits
imagine that
in
they
video
just- yeah, I would
games
imagine
as well as CGI?
they
I
get
just assume
better.
that they'd become more realistic. I don't think
bigger.
they're gonna. Yeah,
I mean, they're going to
think-
be a lot less pointy. Like you remember Tomb Raider? Where
Oh my God!
poke your eye out
yeah,
on 'em?
fucking
Yeah.
triangles.
Oh, Justin, yeah, that works. We can go there. Sorry, I'm
Oh.
texting him because we're supposed to grab lunch, and I'm like, oh, sorry, man, I'm taking so long, but yeah, we can go there. I haven't been there in a minute or
Mhm.
so. Did you want to grab lunch?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
That's cool. Bowler.
I was asking both of you.
No, I can't today. I got some other stuff to go on, but
All right, man.
appreciate it though.
Saw that, Justin. He's an asshole. I'm just kidding.
So
Can Drake come? Can Drake come with? I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna show up. Drove
He just says,
separately.
no.
But
You
anyways,
just sit across the room and
Yeah.
eat.
Fucker.
what else? What we talking?
Yeah, no, I think
Video games.
honestly to answer your question, man.
Are we answering this question?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. I mean, like as
my only answer to this is look up Tifa Lockhart in the new Final Fantasy X remake.
yeah. There you go.
There you go.
There's where technology's going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Who?
Tifa Lockhart.
Tifa Lockhart.
Just type in Tifa Final Fantasy X remake.
yeah. It's perfect. That's exactly
Yep.
that was a
Yep.
beautiful
Because
way
before they're like
to answer that.
that, and now
Yeah.
see for yourself.
And it's like even back when they did like CGI back in the day, Like I think honestly, if I'm being realistic here, it's
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yep.
So they
we've-
were like blockier before.
Oh, yeah.
now it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actual memory.
it's tits. Yeah. But I
It's
don't
the
know.
second time we talked about tits
I
today.
think-
This is crazy. I think in the same video, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I hear lunch? Yeah, lunch.
Well, I said crunch.
I said
So
honey bunches of oats. Bunch.
but yeah, I don't know. I think we've plateaued with that. I think
Yeah.
graphics and CGI for that are just good. I mean, it's more. It's
You can't-
realistic.
You can't
shouldn't
get too much more realistic than what we have nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm curious because like they're
without it
releasing.
being over the top.
Well, they're releasing the PS5 and what the new Xbox, whatever
Yeah.
it's going to be
It's
called.
the- I'm just calling it the tower
Series X.
because it's a computer.
Oh,
Isn't it
yeah.
the Series X or something.
Yeah.
Like that?
And so it's like I'm curious as to what they intend on doing with that because like we're already almost at the top of what we could do. With
VR,
graphics.
dude. I want a fully interactive VR
They're doing
You can
it. They
already
just need
buy-
to make it smaller and
Yeah.
more portable.
Yeah.
That's
because you
all.
can buy a home unit,
Mhm.
but the units take up basically the entirety of an entertainment room.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just almost too much.
because it's a giant fucking circular conveyor with like rollers for sensors and like a full body rig that you
That'd be
can
pretty sweet,
wear.
actually.
And
What if VR
Stick it in
isn't it?
What
What if VR is the beginning?
I want
full integration.
So here's my
I want
thing.
AR integration.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
So
So it complements.
here's my
the
thing
life around
is
you.
Google Glass. We talked
Mhm.
about that. Google Glass was the first implementation,
Yeah.
right?
of true
flopped.
augmented reality.
Yeah.
Flopped, right? I think it paved the way though
Mhm.
for the smartwatch
Right.
because now they have the technology to create smaller computers. Basically, they know they can do it.
Yeah.
Glass flopped, but it allowed them to create the Apple Watch, the Google Watch, and now those are a huge hit.
Yeah.
So it's the first generation of it. So I
Yeah.
think
I
VR
actually-
is just the first generation. I don't think VR is it.
I
I
think
think AR and I think
I want-
full integration.
That's what I want.
50, 100 years in the future,
I
that's
want-
that's full.
I want
think
to
we
be able
should
to
actually
be
bring back
plugged
Google
in.
Glass.
Yeah. I want to be able to be plugged in and just sleep while my
Mm-hmm.
consciousness is being uploaded to a different world. You know,
movies about that.
there is, and I'll use like Ready Player One, like that's
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. Like there's been a bunch of different renditions of that story, you know, of like I'll use a fucking anime because it was really popular.
What
for a
about
long
Mega
time.
Man?
Mega Man, yeah,
You get linked in.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, sorry, you have to download a patch for that. Actually, I'm so sorry.
Computer simulator.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think
Here we
they're
go.
called waifus, and you can
Waifus.
get those on pillows.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd want full integration. My consciousness being plugged into a different world
But what if
completely.
you get too addicted? You never come
Well,
out.
I mean, that's typically what it is. Then your vessel dies.
Yeah. Isn't there a what's it called, a Black Mirror episode about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But-
okay with it.
There's 2 Black Mirror episodes actually.
Yeah.
One of them was the older episode.
Mm.
One of them was really fucking weird,
Mm.
and it was in the last season.
Oh, I didn't see
The
that
2
one.
guy best friends.
I didn't see that one yet. Go check it out.
Go check it out. Okay.
I haven't seen the new season like at all. So
It's gonna make
go
you
watch
question a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Mm. It's
fucking weird.
It's intense. But I don't know. I like that idea of not necessarily. It's going to sound weird saying it verbally, but like escaping into a different world in a sense.
Yeah.
I want that full integration. I want to be able to touch grass in a game with my hands. Like
Yeah,
I'll
that
be able
would-
to touch or like smell something and it react to my senses versus it just being like looking at a screen. Oh, some guy's saying, "Oh, that roast smells amazing." It's like, yeah, I bet it does.
Well, see, I actually think that they should bring back Google Glass, but make it so you don't look like you're part of the fucking Borg. Because
well, yeah.
I mean that was the one thing that nobody wanted. They don't want this little thing. They just
Yeah.
want it like integrated on the lens of whatever glasses. If I can have a pair of Ray-Bans
Just put it in
That-
your eyes.
also integrate with Google Glass right here, I'm wearing those everywhere.
You just
That's
make
like-
artificial eyes.
Or they have a patent on AR contact lenses.
Mhm.
So like, those are a thing. They just need to get better
Right.
and like not shock people's eyeballs.
Just take my eyeballs.
We
out.
have an AR company right by us here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. VR. Yeah.
I thought they were AR
Is AR augmented
Yeah,
reality.
it is technically VR. Yeah. my bad.
because their business card
Mhm.
is
Google
fucking
beer
sick.
glass. Just in the eye hoping. Oh my!
I'll delete this, he says. Google beer glass and AI helping you avoid DUIs and fat chicks. I'll delete this.
Get fucking warning symbol.
No,
Oh
it
my
just
God.
blocks your eyes
Shutters.
so you can't see shit. Well,
Abort,
we won't have to worry about
abort.
DUIs after
It
Tesla.
just calls you an Uber.
Dewey's. Yeah.
after Tesla starts doing their thing. You
Yeah.
know, we don't need.
It just calls you an
Automated.
Uber X instead of an Uber XL.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Only one of us can fit back.
Oh darn! You're too
Shit.
big. Oh shit. Well, we're at an hour, guys. What do you think?
I
We
think
gotta
so.
go
Call
grab
it.
lunch. I
I
don't
gotta
want to
get
leave
some other stuff
Justin
done.
waiting anymore.
Yeah.
But thank you
fuck it.
guys again for joining us for another week
Yeah.
of the Extra
Thank you.
Credit
We always wanna
Show.
do- We actually had quite a few listeners today. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good amount.
Love you guys.
The podcast episode will be up soon. It's a good one. It's a
Mhm.
philosophical talks, some really interesting shit that we brought up. Hopefully we'll be doing some more skits here soon. I'm going out of town next week, so maybe not this week, but maybe in coming weeks. Justin, don't sign off, pussies. Fuck you, Justin. Nobody asked you. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to join. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. Go join. Go help support the show. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page, like us on Facebook, like and subscribe on our YouTube. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, damn you, because we count on those subscriptions. Damn it. So yeah, do that too. And go check out our merch. It's in the description below. Check out
Yes.
the merch channel. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. We appreciate you very much. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Why are you still here?
Bye.
Go
Leave.
away.
Go home.
What are you doing
Done.
here?
Just leave already. God.